Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Fitri Salsabila Fatah from TBI. Here, I would like to explain to you about how to get scholarship easily. Scholarships are usually always synonymous with someone who has their own advantages. The strengths here are not only about academics but also more about someone's determination or interest in something. Of course, there will be a feeling of pride if you get scholarships in accordance with what you aspire to. And this time, we will discuss a little about easy ways to get scholarships both at home and abroad. If you are oriented to continue your studies to a higher level or even want to try the international world, there is nothing wrong with trying to apply for a scholarship. There are two types of scholarships that are usually contested by many students, namely scholarships from the government and scholarships for the private sector. It is clear that government scholarships are a form of government appreciation, especially the Ministry of Education in advancing the nation's education. Apart from that, there are also private scholarships which are organized by companies or non-governmental organizations. These private scholarships can come from universities or also from certain companies that are concerned with advancing education in this country. Enough discussion of the scholarships. Now let's explore more deeply how to get the scholarships easily. Check out the following tips. For the first tips is cleverly seize opportunities. Getting the scholarships that you aspire to will not be successful if you don't really put in the effort. One way is to look at the various opportunities that exist. If your campus is currently opening a scholarships, as soon as possible to find out what conditions are needed. In addition, you also have to know when the deadline for the event is. Besides that, know your abilities. If you have talent as a sport athlete, then this is what you must practice and develop further. Collect as many portfolios as you can to convince the scholarships giver that you deserve to be awarded a scholarship. And the second tip is study, practice, and try frequently. This is the main capital for those of you who want to pass your target scholarships. Don't feel that you are an expert, but continue to hone your abilities to build quality yourself. The greater the scholarships coverage that you participate in, the tougher the competitors will be. Furthermore, what is no less important is praying a lot, so that it can be facilitated in the scholarship selection process. And the third tip is search as much information as possible. Usually, scholarship announcements are posted on bulletin boards or on websites or other advertisements. Be diligent in finding out things related to their scholarships. Don't let you fail because the information doesn't reach your ears. And the next tip is ask for recommendation from the lecturer. The thing that is no less important is the recommendation from your lecturer. Make sure if you are looking for this recommendation, look for the lecturers who have more competence in their fields. For example, you can ask for recommendations from lecturers who already have a doctoral degree compared to a lecturer who has a master's degree. In addition, make sure that the lecturer has a special position on your campus. The higher structural positions, the more recommendations will be considered by the scholarships organizer. And the last tip is learn French language. If you have a dream to be able to continue your studies to the international area, you should try to learn a foreign language from now on. If you have trouble finding what language you want to learn, you can start with the international language English. Okay everyone, there are 5 tips to get scholarships easily that are cleverly search opportunities, study, practice, and try frequently. Seek as much information as possible. Ask for recommendations from the teacher. And the last is learn French language. So, are you more confident about applying for the scholarships? In addition to adding insight and knowledge, of course, your parents will be happier seeing their children achieve. Good luck guys in achieving your dream scholarships. And enough for me. Thanks for watching and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.